Guys, I have a quick question. And as you can see from the title of the live, the question is, if the U.S. government is currently chasing Nicholas Maduro of Venezuela, why are they not chasing Julius Maada of Sierra Leone? That is the question I want to ask the U.S. government, the State Department, the Secretary of State, Secretary of Defense, now Secretary of War. I have a fundamental question. I just want to know, why is the United States chasing Nicolas Maduro? Because they've accused him of two crimes. One, they said he is illegal. And the second one, they say he is a sympathizer of drug dealers. That is why I want to ask this question. Because it's very important for us to point out the fact that the same crime that they're accusing Nicolas Maduro of is the same crime that Julius Maada has committed in Sierra Leone. Also, recently we saw that a guy called Charles Bayo, who was part of the 1992 coup d'etat in Sierra Leone, and they were involved in, extrajudicial killings and war crimes. He was recently arrested in the United States by ICE, and he has been deported. So, again, Julius Maada was the leader of the 1992 coup, and he was part of the people that were killed. It was part of the people who organized the extrajudicial killings and assassinations. So he was responsible for the deaths of people like Bambe Kamara, Yaya Kanu, Kula Samba, all of these people, right? So if the ICE agents and the U.S. government were celebrating the capture and deportation of Charles Bayo, who was part of the 1992 NPRC coup, committed war crimes in Sierra Leone, why is it that the U.S. government would not use the same premise to now go after Julius Maada? Okay, I'm going to leave that because that is not what the title of this is, right? But I'm just giving you guys the premises. So I'm going to focus back on the fact that if the United States government is chasing Nicolas Maduro because he illegally rigged the election, so he's not a legal president, he's illegal in Venezuela. And not only that, the United States is accusing Nicolas Maduro of harboring drug dealers from Venezuela. Then why is the U.S. not going after Julius Maada, also in Sierra Leone, who currently is illegal? The State Departments, Carter Center, all of these international organizations, new European Union, everybody condemned the June 24th, 2023 elections. It was rigged. There were so many statistical inconsistencies. It was marred with fraud, human rights abuses. So if the U.S. government is chasing Maduro for the same crimes that Julius Maada committed in Sierra Leone, why is the U.S. government not going after Julius Maada as well? Remove him from power. I mean, at least that's what everybody is asking for. So I want to pose that question to the U.S. government so that you can look into it. Maybe it's an oversight. Maybe you guys don't know. Because I don't believe what people are saying, oh, well, America cares about Venezuela because there's oil. I don't think that's what the premise of the U.S. government is. I think, if anything, the U.S. government just cares about democracy and wants to protect, not only the lives of Venezuelans, but the lives of Americans that are affected by these drugs. Therefore, just as much as the people of Venezuela, as much as their life is important, I think the same applies to Sierra Leone and Africa as well. Because now, Julius Maada rigged the elections. Julius Maada has Boleios, Jos Leidekers, right, who is the most wanted drug lord in Europe right now by the Netherlands government. The Netherlands government actually asked for his extradition, and that was in February of this year. And up till this day, now the police says they don't know. The Attorney General says they don't know. The Minister of Foreign Affairs say they don't know the whereabouts of this guy. But we all know he's in Sierra Leone. And Sierra Leoneans know that Boleios, the biggest drug lord in Europe, is in Sierra Leone. He has security. His security is more, organized than even the president he is dining with, the powers that be in Sierra Leone. So again, maybe it's an oversight from the State Department. It's an oversight from the government of the United States of America. And therefore, I want you guys to do me a favor and share this and ask, because I've written articles about this whole thing, posted it on LinkedIn, share these articles with my folks at the State Department. And I want the U.S. government to pay attention to this, because in Sierra Leone today, the people are crying for their democracy. Sierra Leone is the only country that has had an elections where the results are not available. And the people are saying, where are the results of these elections? And Julius Maada and the opposition, because I want the U.S. government to understand that if you're going to go talk to the opposition, they are just as dangerous as Maada himself, because they've all come together against the interest of the people of Sierra Leone, because their agenda is to now push corruption in a one-party state system in the country. So they're actually protecting Julius Maada. So the thing is this. Dr. Samura Kamara, the man who won the elections, has been very patient to a point where people are saying that he's very docile, he's weak, he's this, he's that. But in the interest of the country, because we've had a brutal rebel war, people have lost their lives, this man chose the route of peace to negotiate so that at least it's made obvious that the elections were marred with statistical inconsistencies, and therefore he won the elections because he has the results to prove that he won the elections. So I'm asking the question again, say, if the United States government is chasing Nicholas Maduro of Venezuela, they want to remove him from power. They've amassed all of these troops together. It doesn't take much to remove Julius Maada. I can understand Nicholas Maduro. Venezuela is a very big country. But in Sierra Leone, it's only 8 million people. All it takes is one day, the U.S. government can get this man out. Julius Maada, get him arrested and prosecuted. Because he rigged the elections of June 24th, 2023. And he's playing host to the biggest drug dealer. Matter of fact, even his own daughter, the president, the illegal president of Sierra Leone, Julius Maada, his daughter is actually dating Boleos. I mean, these are facts. And this is why these guys cannot argue with us when we're talking about these issues. And therefore, I'm asking again the U.S. government, if you're chasing Nicolas Maduro to say that he's illegal as a president, one, he didn't win the elections, we all saw that. And two, is harboring drug dealers that are destroying the lives of Americans. Why is it that the U.S. government, and that of the Netherlands as well, because the Netherlands should be able to coordinate with the State Department to say that Julius Maada is harboring this drug dealer? We saw him in church with Julius Maada. We saw him at a farm with Julius Maada and his daughter and his family. So this guy, Boleos, is close to Julius Maada, is in a circle there. So I'm asking the U.S. government again, if you're chasing Nicolas Maduro, accusing him of illegally occupying office as a president and supporting drug dealers, why wouldn't you come and get rid of Julius Maada in Sierra Leone as well? Because he has committed the same crimes. I mean, this is something that has never happened before, for us to have concurrently two countries sharing the same crimes. Venezuela have a president who is illegal. He rigged the elections. Venezuela has a president who is accused of dealing with drug dealers. Same thing in Sierra Leone. President is illegal, rigged the elections, no results for that elections. Statistical inconsistencies, condemned by every international organization, including the Carter Center. And now he's harboring the drug dealer, the biggest drug dealer in Europe. And everybody is asking. Boleos is in Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone is the hub for the distribution of narcotics, cocaine, drugs, and all kinds of things. The youths are dying in Sierra Leone every day from Kush because drug is the order of the day. Drug is cheaper than food now. So I'm asking the U.S. government again, if you care about the human beings, if you care about Sierra Leoneans as people, as Africa, Sierra Leone is a very rich country too. We have all kinds of mineral resources. Matter of fact, recently oil was discovered. But again, I know that that is not what America's intention is for Venezuela. America is not trying to get rid of Maduro because they want to take the oil. That is not true. So I know that's not the intent. If anything, is to protect democracy. That is why they're doing what they're doing and protecting the lives of Venezuelans and that of Americans. So why wouldn't you do the same in Sierra Leone to protect the lives of Sierra Leone, to protect the reputation and integrity of Sierra Leoneans like myself who care about our country? And we don't want Sierra Leoneans to be looked at as drug dealers across the world, because now if they have a Sierra Leonean passport, if they're traveling, they put them aside because why? Julius Maada is harboring the drug dealer. The drug dealer is dating his daughter. So all of these are issues that are there. So my question is, without going too long on this live, why is the State Department, the United States government, have taken it upon themselves to prosecute and get rid, they're trying to get rid of Nicholas Maduro because of the accusations they've made against him that he rigged the elections, that he's illegal, and he's harboring drug dealers. And Maada, Julius Maada in Sierra Leone, has done the same things. He's committing the same crimes. He rigged the elections. The elections is illegal. The American ambassador currently, you can ask him, Ambassador Brian Hunt. You guys can ask him. He made it very clear that there is no election results. But yes, the All People's Congress Party, and this is specifically the flag bearer, Dr. Samura Kamara, has the results reconciliation forms that showed that out of 71% of the RRF forms that were put together, he had 57.15% of the votes, which means it's a landslide victory. But however, Julius Maada has been able to use the segment of the opposition, the current executive of the APC party, who won the elections. Their officials and executives are saying, we won the election, but we're moving on. We don't care about the elections. We don't want our victory back. So they sold the victory of the people, sold the democracy of the people to Julius Maada for their own selfish ends. And at this point, Julius Maada is also harboring the biggest drug lord in Sierra Leone. This guy is financing the government of Sierra Leone at this point from the sale of drugs that he traffics to Europe and America as well. Boleos, Leos Lydicus. So I'm saying to the U.S. government, it is very unfair that she would go after Venezuela, but she would allow Julius Maada to continue to stay in power. It is not fair to the people of Sierra Leone. And it's not fair, to the reputation of President Trump himself. So his advisors and people that are close to him should let him know that don't take my word for it. Do your own research. Don't take what I said. Just listen to what I'm saying and say, you know what? Let's dig into this. Let's find out more. And then you can make a decision. If I'm lying, hey, okay. But if it's the truth, then let's do the right thing for the people of Sierra Leone and for the reputation of our country and to protect lives, because lives are being lost right now from this drug epidemic. And lives are being lost because the president is illegal. He is not a legal president. So democracy is dying in Sierra Leone. And the United States, I know, is the bedrock of democracy across the world. If America does not stand up to protect democracy, democracy is dead. So therefore, I'm asking the question again. When is the State Department and the U.S. government going to apply the same principle that they've applied to Nicholas Maduro in Venezuela? When are they going to apply the same to Sierra Leone and remove Julius Maada and hand over power to Dr. Samura Kamara, who won the elections? When are they going to do that? That's my question. All right? All right, guys. I leave it right here. It's a short one. It's Sunday. It's late now. Let me get myself together. Bye-bye, everybody.